Howard Shore is a Canadian composer, born in Toronto. He was born in a Jewish family. He started studying music when 8 years old, and played as a member of bands by the time he was 13 years old. He was interested in a professional career in music as a teenager. He studied music at the Berklee College of Music, a college of contemporary music located in Boston. For a few years in the late 1960s and early 1970s, Shore was a member of Lighthouse, a jazz fusion band. In the 1970s, Shore mainly composed music for theatrical performances and a few television shows. His most notable work was composing the music for the one-man act show of stage magician Doug Henning. He also served as a musical director in then new television show, Saturday Night Live, 1975. He was hired by the show's producer Lorne Michaels, who was a close friend of Shore since their teen years. In 1978, Shore started his career as a film score composer, with scoring the B-movie, I Miss You, Hugs and Kisses, 1978. His next film score was composed for the horror film, The Brood, 1979. Shore had a good working relationship with the film's director David Cronenberg. Cronenberg would continue to use Shore as the composer of most of his films, with the exception of The Dead Zone, 1983. In the 1980s, Shore also composed the film scores of works by other directors, such as After Hours, 1985, by Martin Scorsese, and Big, 1988, by Penny Marshall. He received more acclaim for composing the film score for The Silence of the Lambs, 1991, a major hit of its era. Shore was nominated for a BAFTA award for this film score. By the 1990s, Shore was an established composer of high repute and worked in an ever-increasing number of films. Among his better-known works were the film scores for comedy film, Mrs. Doubtfire, 1993, and crime thriller, Seven, 1995. Shore received even more critical acclaim in the 2000s, when he composed the film score for fantasy film, The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, 2001. He won an Academy Award and a Grammy for the film score, and received nominations for a BAFTA Award and a Golden Globe. Shore continued his career with the film scores of acclaimed films, Gangs of New York, 2002, The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, 2002, and The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, 2003. He received his second Academy Award for the film score of The Return of the King, and his third Academy Award as the composer of hit song, Into the West. He won several other major awards for these film scores. His film scores for The Lord of the Rings trilogy are considered the most famous and successful works of his career. For the rest of the 2000s, Shore closely collaborated with director Martin Scorsese. Shore won a Golden Globe for the film score of Scorsese's The Aviator, 2004. In the 2010s, Shore continues to work regularly, mostly known for composing film scores for works by directors David Cronenberg, Martin Scorsese, and Peter Jackson. He was the main composer for The Hobbit trilogy by Peter Jackson, and the fantasy film, The Twilight Saga, Eclipse 2010, by David Slade.